Good morning, Fernhill, and welcome to this week's Assembly. Now, as you'll remember, before half term, we launched our Anti-Bullying Alliance, and we now have our 6 anti-bullying ambassadors: Louis, Tia, Amelie, Elfie, Mia, and Macy. Now, sadly, we haven't been able to do this in person, this assembly, so 3 of them have kindly recorded introductory messages for you, so I shall hand over to them now.
Hello, I'm Amelie Cruz, I'm in 9A and I'm an anti-bullying ambassador.
Hi, I'm Macy and I've currently just finished year 11 but will be continuing to be an anti-bullying ambassador as I go into sixth form.
Hello, my name is Mia Grace Whitaker, I'm in year 10 and I'm an anti-bullying ambassador for Fernhill School.
I think it's really great as a school that we have a support system for students apart from just the teachers. I'm really excited to be working with the Anti-Bullying Alliance as I think it's great that we can be there to talk to students, to help them out and to be a friend if they ever need it.
As a part of the Anti-Bullying Ambassador scheme, we would like to make sure that you, as a student, feel like you are in a friendly, supportive, but most importantly, safe environment. So, for the next year, as a part of Student Voice, if you are ever feeling down or would just simply like someone to talk to, we will always be there to listen.
Thank you for that, guys. Now, as part of their anti-bullying training, we were looking at what the first campaign should be. And we were talking about issues that are facing schools and Fernhill School in particular. And one topic that came up was the topic of homophobia. And as you will no doubt be aware, June is Pride Month. So it felt really appropriate that the first anti-bullying campaign would focus on this really important issue. Now, if we have a look at the statistics, it's quite shocking. Over 75,000 young LGBT people in Britain are bullied at school every year. And on the screen here, there are some phrases that you may have heard in the playground. You may have even said them yourself. And this kind of homophobia, this kind of language is really, really damaging, not just for the people who might be directly affected, but for the community as a whole. And you'll be aware that homophobic language is rated the same as racist language on our behaviour ladder, and it would result in an L3 if a teacher heard anyone saying any of this. Yet the anti-bullying ambassadors have said they do still hear language like this around the school. So it's really important that we all understand the impact this has on people and why it's so important that we address that issue now. So looking at some more statistics, we can see that almost half of trans people in Britain have been attacked or threatened with violence. Almost 3/4 of LGBTQ plus people are scared to hold hands in public. Over 100 hate crimes are committed against LGBT people every week, and we know this because they are reported to the police. These are statistics from the police. Over 3 million people have witnessed verbal or physical homophobic abuse at work. So what happens in the playground, sadly, this goes on into adulthood as well. And if we have a look at the rate of suicide attempts, we can see this is really incredibly damaging. This kind of language, this kind of abuse, actually, in some cases, can result in the death of people. And probably even most shocking of all, it is 2021, but you wouldn't think it if you looked at this statistic. Same-sex relationships are illegal in over 70 countries around the world. Now, these statistics are from the Stonewall website, which is a charity campaigning for rights for LGBTQ plus people. So obviously this month, Pride Month, we know it as a sort of party month, don't we? That's how we've come to recognise it. But actually, the origins of Pride aren't quite so happy. June is the month chosen because that was the month of the Stonewall riots, which are the protests that changed gay rights for a lot of people in America and beyond. Pride is actually about people coming together in friendship to show how far gay rights have come, even if in some places there is still some work to be done. Pride is about teaching tolerance, education in Pride history, and continuing to move forward in equality. It calls for people to remember how damaging homophobia was and still can be, and it is about being proud of who you are, no matter who you love. Now, there are lots and lots of resources at the moment that you can go to. BBC iPlayer has a whole selection of LGBTQ plus programmes that you can watch. BBC Bitesize website has some really helpful information on how you can show your support in practical ways. And what I'm going to do now is just hand over to some students and some members of staff so they can tell you why they believe it's important that at Fernhill we celebrate Pride Month.
Celebrating Pride Month is important for Fernhill because appreciating people's differences is a beautiful thing to do. For me, I want to live in a world where everyone can feel proud about who they are and completely accepted by the world. Celebrating Pride Month allows us to recognise and appreciate the sacrifices that people have made before us to make our future better, whilst acknowledging that we're still responsible for improving things and things still need to be improved. What better place to start this than our community, Fernhill School?
It's important that we celebrate Pride at Fernhill so that our community can become more accepting.
Celebrating Pride Month at Fernhill is important because people's differences should be celebrated, not hated against.
Celebrating Pride Month is important for Fernhill because we are proud of who we all are, no matter who we love.
I support Pride Month because I think everyone deserves the same chance.
Celebrating Pride Month is important at Fernhill because you are incredible and you deserve to be appreciated.
Okay, so this is what some companies in the UK are doing at the moment to celebrate Pride. We can see Starbucks there, Kellogg's, Asda, Levi's and Coke. So what's Fernhill going to do? Well, we are launching a decorated door competition. So every single form room, your form tutor will be given some resources, some rainbow coloured tissue paper and bunting and things like that, so that you can decorate your form door to show that you support LGBTQ+. The competition will run until the end of June, and the form that has the best decorated door will win some lovely edible goodies. There is also some information from Miss Burgess about Young Pride in Hearts, and she has also asked me to tell you that if anyone wants to set up a support group, which I know some people have said they would like to do, please go and speak to Miss Burgess about this. She's really happy to help you with this and help you get involved. So I'm just going to leave with this. Show respect and kindness whenever you can, because there isn't enough kindness in this world.